Hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of In Case You Missed It. And in case you missed it, we weren't here last week, so we had a week off. We were at Comic Con. So we've got quite a bit of news to catch up on this week, but we're a member down. We haven't got Steve here, but we've got Tommy here with us today.
Hello.
So yeah, he's on holiday, lucky for some. But yeah, we were at Comic Con last week.
That's fun.
It was fun. It was refreshing. It made a nice change. Comic Con's always fun. Saw some panels.
We made some content.
Which made some content.
Will be coming soon.
Which that's very exciting. You'll get to see someone's face on the network.
He's not here.
He's not here. Maybe that's why he's gone away. But yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. We've got quite a bit of news and stuff to catch up on as always. So let's jump into the trailers. There were quite a lot. I've cut a few out, like trailer 2s that we didn't need to specifically see.
Fair.
So I think there was like a Once Upon a Time second trailer, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood second trailer.
All right.
And a couple of those, but
people keep shortening Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to Once Upon a Time, and I keep thinking it's like a film of that TV show on ABC.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm always like, why have I not seen any of these trailers? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the new Tarantino movie. Very excited for that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Second trailer, yes.
Yeah, great. So the first one of the new ones that we've got to talk about, the first trailer for Downton Abbey.
Yeah, this is a full disclosure TV show I've never seen.
Yeah, me either.
But I hear everyone like talk about how much they love it. And
yeah.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of reveal my hand for this trailer. It looks like fine, whatever. I think it's gonna be very much for the fans of the TV show,
yeah,
of which I am not. But fine. It's a great cast in there.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've got a nice, fun plot because it's always that thing where you're taking a TV show to a film. Like, what's the plot gonna be? How are you gonna make to the story? Because they're very, very different in so many ways.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've got a cool concept. The royal family are coming to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun.
Great. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't watched the show, but so it's not really for me, this film. Fans of the show, like especially all those Americans that love.
Yeah, and I think Hogan's a fan.
He definitely is. I'm sure it'll make a lot of money.
Yeah, the popularity of that always surprises me and never ceases to amaze me. How big and popular that show is with so many people. Like all sorts of different shows that it crops up on. There's like references, and you think, really?
Yeah, it was. I remember there's like How I Met Your Mother episode where they like talk about like their version of it's. The Americans love it.
Yeah. Do they think we're all like that?
I reckon they all think that we live in those sort of houses.
Yeah, we're in Insider Abbey.
Yeah, and like drink tea all the time and dress like that and go on horse-drawn carriages everywhere.
Yeah.
But what's this trailer for you? Is it a yes, no, maybe?
It's a weird one. I think it's a yes because it looks like a good trailer for a film that would be good, but just not for me.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be a yes. Like it wasn't a bad trailer.
I think.
Which is how I like to judge this.
Yeah, I think it'd be a yes if, like, by that time I've caught up on all the TV show.
Oh, you going to do it?
Probably not. I've got too much else to do to catch up on.
Who has the time?
Who has the time? Something I don't have the time for is all these Terminator sequels that we keep getting.
No?
This is their third attempt at a trilogy since the original trilogy of Terminator films, if you think about it.
I guess you're right.
Because they tried to do a trilogy with Salvation. They tried to do a trilogy with Genesis. And now they're trying again with what I can assume will be another trilogy of Terminator films. So we got the first look at Terminator Dark Fate, and I think the big problem with Terminator franchise is you've got to get over all that, the bad stuff that's come before. There are Rise of Machines, which I know some people like, some people don't. Salvation, which pretty much everyone.
Some good moments.
Some good moments, but overall,
like the Carl Reese stuff I quite liked with the late Anton Yelchin.
Yeah.
Nope, that's it.
Yeah.
The opening with the helicopter stuff, like that's pretty cool. It's a cool set piece. The very opening with that was a cool scene, and the behind the scenes argument with Christian Bale.
Yeah, the infamous one.
Probably my favourite part of it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But this I think Genesis is awful.
It actually surprised me.
It's got some good moments.
I had a really, really low bar for it, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like pleasantly surprised.
That's the thing. I had a low bar,
Yeah,
but that doesn't make it good.
No, that's
like the
first,
true. the first 15-20 minutes,
but
pretty great.
You know what this has got going for it, didn't you?
It's got Sarah Connor back.
It's got Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton
back.
is
She's
back
as Sarah Connor.
And as soon as she gets out of that car and like in the trailer, I'm like, oh, I'm all in.
It looks really. She looks great.
You see the new Terminator, who was the guy who played Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I didn't know. I didn't recognise him. Never seen it. I stopped.
Which is like the only place you'd recognise him.
Couldn't get through the second episode of that show. I tried.
But seeing Linda Hamilton back is great. But
why didn't they just make a cool espionage show, just called S.H.I.E.L.D., and then not do the superhero stuff? They could have made it like 24, but like in the Marvel universe. That'd be cool. Just something like cool. That's what I thought it was going to be. I was so excited, and then they just sorry.
That's fine. But I'm not excited to see a Terminator anymore. And
do you know what? Joss Whedon show run that for a bit as well. They could have made it like Dollhouse. I think he only did like Dollhouse.
Yeah, I really like Dollhouse.
Dollhouse is excellent. If they made it like a Dollhouse kind of thing,
no one watched it.
So good that show. So good.
Yeah, why don't we get Dollhouse season 2?
They ruined
instead of like everyone goes on about Serenity getting
Firefly,
and that coming up. Why don't we get Dollhouse back?
You're right.
Let's start it. Let's start a hashtag. Let's get it going.
Yeah. Hashtag Dollhouse. Or do you know what? Because they did. Obviously, you made Serenity to end Firefly because they couldn't do Firefly.
Get him a film to close.
Do a Dollhouse film just to close it off.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. But Terminator, Dark Fate.
Oh yeah.
So this one you got Tim Miller coming back for it. You've obviously got Arnold coming back. Apparently, he is not playing a Terminator this time. Huh? Apparently.
He's.
So I reckon it's that that like. That deleted scene from 3 where he's like the guy who they based the Terminators off.
No, I don't remember that. I've not seen that.
There's like a really cringy. I recommend watching it. It's funny. He does like an awful like South American accent.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to see it.
It's so funny. But I reckon it's not canon, so I guess that who knows why it's
Terminator.
I don't know if I don't think he is, or whether they're just like saying that he's not, just for the sake of it. But it's their way of trying to get around the aging problem of the Terminator. But yeah, I just don't. I don't know if I care anymore. I think I'll give it a watch.
I liked actually everything I saw in this trailer. I think I don't know whether my mind's just like subconsciously tricking me into setting a low bar again, but I don't know if I've got a low. In all fairness, I don't know if I'm setting a low bar. I liked everything I saw in this trailer.
CinemaCon. And apparently it's great. I heard great things about what they showed.
From the footage I've seen from this trailer, I mean, it's a yes for me already, but I'm 100% behind it. I think it looks really, really interesting. Maybe it's just because Linda Hamilton's back and I'm just really excited.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But she looks great.
Gonna get everyone on board. It's a yes for me as well, and Steve said it was going to be better than
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, interesting. Which he did to all the trailers this week, actually.
Especially Downton Abbey.
He's all in. I bet he watches it. I feel like he might.
He might.
If anyone on this show watches it, it's Steve.
Yeah, I think you think you're probably right there. Yeah.
I reckon he would deny it to us, but he's secretly a massive fan.
Yeah. What would happen is we'd make some joke, and then he would like correct us like a bad reference. We'd be like, hang on a minute, how do you know? And then he would be like, he would like be caught red-handed. That's what would happen.
So let's go on to the other trailer. We've
got your number, Steve.
we got this trailer with the release of Secret Life of Pets 2, which we saw at the press screening. This trailer before anyone else did, before it was released.
Yeah, make sure you check out our review for that, for a great story about musical statues. That's not a joke.
That is no joke. But the trailer for Abominable, the next, I don't even know if it is actually. I think it might be DreamWorks. So it's not Illumination, or is it Illumination? I don't know. But it's the story of like, I don't know, it's a weird one. Like a Yeti, like in
Yetis
the city.
are in right now, right?
Because what is it with Yeti? They had that small foot,
and then they had the missing link, and now Abominable.
I think there was probably another one around there as well. I don't know. What is it? That's a really good point. That's really thrown me off.
What studio is it?
I'll probably say near the top of that page. We don't know. But it looks solid. It looks like if it's the sort of film that if I hear good things about it, I'll go and watch. But like, it could be very generic.
looks like DreamWorks.
It is DreamWorks. Oh, that was a really. You could. I think the animation style. Yeah. Kind of led me towards that. But yeah, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of looks like, you know, I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. So there's a film that it kind of.
I got a little bit of like Big Hero 6 sort of vibes.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
It's like this friendly.
Yeah.
Just happens to be like a white creature.
And then kind of the. I've never seen the first one, but like How to Train Your Dragon, where it's like,
similar.
Oh,
yeah,
we're all scared of this thing, but it's actually
comparison.
really cute and like nice and
that would work.
And then like, oh, look at all this like amazing stuff that it does, because doesn't it like
it just like they play Shake It Off at the end, and then it like dances to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
as long as it doesn't floss, then
I'll tell you something about this. It's gonna make money.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make money. These sort of films always do. So I'll give it a yes.
I'll give it a yeah. There's nothing bad about this trailer, I don't think.
It for the market that it's going for, I'm sure it worked wonders, and they have dreads of how many like opening day screenings of like children going to watch this film. The next film that we got a trailer for was The Goldfinch. Now I didn't really know too much about it, but I saw Ansel Elgort's in it, and he's always great. And I saw Roger Deakins' cinematography, director of photography on the film.
Right. And
that kind of got me, and it just seemed to be everywhere. I think it's based on a novel as well.
Well, the thing that got me was John Crowley, the director of Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think I was raving about it on one of the In Disputes, or might not have come out yet.
I don't think it's out yet, but
so you will hear me raving about it on one of the In Disputes, because I absolutely adore that film. And everything about this is really interesting. I wonder how much it was the trailer that was sort of cut out of sequence, or whether the film's going to be kind of chopping back and forwards.
I've got a weird sort of tone I don't know what tone it's going for from the trailer itself. I don't know. It is a really odd one, but you've sold me on Deakins doing it, so I'll definitely check it out. And Elgort's like great as well.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright as
Nicole
well.
Kidman,
he should be in so much more stuff. I love Jeffrey Wright.
He's excellent, isn't he?
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird little one. It doesn't really seem to give too much away.
It looks kind of just creative and unique in a lot of the storytelling, the visual storytelling, which you don't see as much anymore, which is I'm glad to sort of be seeing.
Yeah.
So it's a yes for me, a big yes for me.
A huge yes for me. I'm actually really excited for it now. Rambo, I was going to say Rainbow. Rambo: Last Blood got his first trailer, and I also had a poster as well. It kind of just dropped out of nowhere. Like then the same day, you normally get a poster, and then the next day you'll get the trailer. But they like have both at the same time. I've not actually seen any of the other Rambo films.
Have you not?
No.
Really?
Or not.
The first one's excellent. The second one's a bit like, did you watch the first one? And then the third one's like, definitely didn't watch the first one. And then the fourth one's like, okay, this is pretty cool. There's some really cool stuff in here. And then this one looks kind of more in line with that. I mean, I loved Logan. And
it does look. It looks very Logan.
It's very much like they're making like Logan meets John Wick meets Rambo,
which is great.
I mean, I love all those things. Yeah. So I'm actually really excited for this. I think
Stallone's going through all his old characters, isn't he?
Yeah, which he's been doing for a little while. So I'm ready.
Who do you reckon we'll get next?
Dredd. We're finally gonna get Dredd 2, but they're gonna recast Carl Urban.
What about Tango and Cash?
I doubt it.
Imagine that.
Wow.
Maybe that'll be in development.
Maybe.
The sequel to Tango. But yeah, like I said, I get a little bit.
Spy Kids 3.
Oh,
that's it.
They did another one of those, didn't they?
But was Stallone back in it?
You're right. It will have his own spin-off. What was that? Was it the Game Master?
Oh, I'll tell you what would be good. Demolition Man. With John Spartan and Simon Phoenix, which is probably the two greatest character names of all time. That's so 90s, isn't it? John Spartan and Simon Phoenix.
What about we get? I know you'll be all in on this, but
I'm ready.
A Rocky film, not a Creed film. A Rocky film. He's coming back. He's getting back in the ring. He's back in the ring. He's gonna take on.
Creed. He's gonna take on Adonis.
He's gonna take on Adonis.
Oh, he's just gonna go the distance.
Maybe that's definitely an in development.
Yeah.
A Rocky sequel.
It's a Rocky sequel.
Or he takes on Dolph Lundgren again.
I'd watch that as well. What's
What's
Mr. T doing nowadays?
Oh, I'd watch that.
Because he's like the one we haven't brought back yet. We've done the Creed back, you know.
Do you reckon he has a son that Adonis can face?
Or Tommy Morrison from Rocky 5.
Or Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Thunderlips.
Yeah.
They're bringing out a biopic, aren't they?
Yeah, with Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, we haven't
interesting.
heard anything about that, but I think that was a Netflix thing. Maybe?
Is it? It might
I don't know. It might
Who
be.
knows?
They're doing good work.
Insider, your source for film knowledge. Maybe, I don't know.
If this one goes a little bit more John Wicky, I'll probably watch all the other Rambos before this one comes out.
Yeah, I mean the first one is a really, really good film, and it even misses the point of the book, but to the extent of, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to give anything away, to be honest with you, but it's just watch it. It's really, really good, and then maybe look into like the book, or if not, read it after, because it's.
I probably won't read the book. I don't have time for that.
Definitely look into it then, because like what it changes is really interesting.
I'm sure it probably has an audiobook, which I'm more likely to get
I love an audiobook.
Yeah, I just have more time. I walk around quite a lot, so I'm more likely to listen to an audiobook.
Can we swap the next two trailers around so we can talk about the other one last?
Go on then. So the other, what if I play you here and now go for the other one? So the next Pixar
Onward.
film. The next Pixar, we've got Toy Story coming out in 3 weeks. I heard someone who saw like an early script or like the 15 minutes of it, and apparently it's dark.
What,
and
Toy
goes
Story?
to like different places, yeah.
Interesting.
But this doesn't look dark. This looks pretty great, to be honest. I really like that. This is a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's reaffirming the. I don't know if it was a rumor or an actual report that came out that the kind of deal that Disney have with Pixar, because remember Pixar is a separate entity to Disney. It's just owned by Disney, the same way Marvel Studios is, and Lucasfilm is. But the deal was, I think for every original film they want to bring out, they have to do a sequel or a prequel, or, you know, something with an established character.
Although that's gone off a bit off, because it used to just be like they take
one
each
for
other's.
one.
Yeah, they had Incredibles 2 last year, and then Toy Story 4 this year.
Well, they had Coco last year as well, wasn't it?
Or that was the year before.
Oh, was it? So it was only Incredibles 2 last year?
I think so.
They can't be right.
I don't, because Wreck-It Ralph's just Disney.
Yeah, Vamp.
But onwards, it looks to me, so they've got going in like a fantasy sort of direction, and you've got Chris Pratt and Tom Holland teaming up for this one. It's got a great cast as well.
Yeah, they're kind of just doing like the Bright thing, aren't they?
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly where I was going to go. It's version. Like a Pixar Disney version of Bright, and I'm actually all for it. It looks funny from what we saw. I'm interested about this. It doesn't give any. It's just a teaser. So I think it's due to come out early next year. So we've got a while before it actually comes out. So I think later on this year. Have you solved it yet? Solved the case?
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's only sometimes they do 2 in a year. Sometimes they just do 1 in a year.
Cool.
So
up your game. Do 2 a year. Marvel would do 3 a year.
Like, so the 2015 there was 2. It was Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur, both new original ones. And 2016 was just Finding Dory. 2017 was Cars 3 and Coco. And then 2018 was just Incredibles 2.
So that year they had 2 original ones. They've now equaled it out with 2 unoriginal ones, sequels.
Yeah.
So I hope they go back, because I really like, as much as I'm for like seeing another Toy Story, which I wasn't to start with.
I mean, the sequel I'm dying to see is Inside Out.
Yeah, Inside Out would be fantastic. Yeah, I just want. I want to see more.
Everyone's
original
crying for a
stuff,
good dinosaur sequel.
When we keep getting obviously these live action remakes from Disney, so just to see something original. Did you say people crying out for a good dinosaur?
Did you just catch it?
No. That's the one I'd want. Actually, no, I don't want another Cars. That's the one I don't want a sequel to.
Never seen a Cars film.
The first one I actually don't mind, but then they just jump off a cliff.
I've seen Planes.
There's so many of those as well.
There
were
really?
a few straight to DVD ones.
Really?
There's like
the first Planes was my first
Planes,
ever press
Trains, and
screening.
Automobiles.
No, they haven't done that.
But they should.
I know they did like Planes, Fire and Rescue or something.
Yeah, I think I've watched that.
Have you?
I think so.
The first Planes was my first ever press screen.
My first ever one was Brawling Soul Block 99. A bit different.
Good movie.
But it was great. So yeah,
onward. Yes.
This looks great. To be fair, anything Pixar does, you're gonna watch. So yes.
I like that it's a bit different. Chris Pratt. I'm getting bored of the same.
Yeah,
Chris Pratt, so.
you didn't. Yeah, you kind of obviously get the stick of him playing himself in Lego Movie.
Yeah.
With him and Emmett, like different characters.
Like I'm over that now, so I'm glad to see him doing something.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do some more. I don't know if I said those words the right way around. But I'd like to see him do some more serious stuff because he's obviously got acting talent, but he's kind of stuck playing that. Well, he's not a fat guy anymore, but he played that funny fat guy for a while, obviously on Parks and Rec, and then now he just plays that funny, big guy now. So I'm really tired of that. But it's a yes. So the other one, I think it's actually Tom Holland's birthday today as well when we're recording this. So.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! The other one that Tommy wanted to talk about last, his probably favourite trailer of the week.
Oh, easily.
The Dark Crystal. So this is a prequel TV show.
Yeah,
on
Age
Netflix.
of Resistance.
Age of Resistance. Yeah. I haven't watched the film. I went to watch it, but it's not on anything.
It's an absolute masterpiece.
So maybe after this, I'll go in town and look and see if they've got it anywhere. But I'll definitely give it a watch. I'm actually really because it was in that same sort of time as Labyrinth.
Yeah, well, it was 4 years earlier. 82. Labyrinth was 1986.
Right.
But it was like the Jim Henson Company, like, in their prime.
I love some Jim Henson, so I'll definitely
tell you what I didn't
it.
love. Happy Time Murders.
That doesn't count though, because that's his son. And just
but his son did did he do Muppets Christmas Carol or Muppet Treasure? He did one of the Muppet movies, like one of the really good ones.
What? He's not Jim Henson.
He's not.
That's what I'm taking away from Happy Time Murders. That there's only one Jim Henson. But yeah, Dark Crystal. Go on, talk about it. I know you wanna.
Oh, this is interesting.
Go on then.
Jim Henson's daughter is producing the Dark Crystal show.
Oh, that's cool.
Lisa Henson. Anyway,
is his son doing anything on it?
No.
Good.
I mean, I tell you what, with that film, if they just leant all in and went serious, but like the funny just came from the fact that they're puppets, that film would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. But they kind of just almost chickened out and was like, no, let's make it a comedy as well, and it just didn't work. It was a hat on a hat.
I heard an interesting point made about this film, or this series even, that obviously we're in this nostalgia time at the moment. We're getting all the 80s things, and this show is obviously made for, especially being on Netflix as well, is for the people who grew up watching this.
Yeah.
But then there's they'll try and get their children to watch it, and I wonder now if children don't really care about this puppets.
Well, that's the thing though, because my mum grew up watching this. She would have been 7 when this came out or something. Perfect age for Dark Crystal. Yeah, absolutely loved it. And then she showed it to me in the 90s, and we had Phantom Menace and stuff then, which was CGI. Do you know what I mean? And Jurassic Park, which had amazing visual effects. But I still fell in love with the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. They were two of my favourite films growing up. I used to watch them every week. So I think there still is an audience for that sort of thing.
I think it's just more of a niche audience than it would have been. I feel like if you put just Dark Crystal on in front of children nowadays, they wouldn't be as interested. I
don't know. I really don't know.
I think there's definitely some children would love it and just be all for it, but it's a similar sort of thing. I feel like if you showed other people of our generation,
it's you do struggle to get some people to watch black and white films. You think why?
Yeah,
just watch it.
It's just a film.
Yeah. Literally after 2 seconds, you forget you're watching a black and white film. I do anyway. I just sort of I'm just so engrossed.
But I watched
good ones.
Clerks the other day for the first time.
Well, because at Comic-Con it's the 25th anniversary this year. So at Comic-Con we got to sit down and interview some of the cast, like Brian O'Halloran, Jason Mewes was there.
Yeah.
It was really exciting. So I've been it's one of my favourite films. So I've been pushing this towards James and Steve. And James has finally watched it.
I have watched it.
We're gonna bring out a review, aren't we?
Which is why I watched it. Which is the way to get me to watch things that are further down on my list.
I think we're going to start doing anniversary reviews. That's an announcement. Cool. I just did that so casually.
I mean, I'd put it on the Instagram anyway. Or if ever it's normally I'd do it if it's a multiple of 5 anniversary, a big one, instead of just every year talk about.
Oh, it's the 13th anniversary.
Yeah.
Although I heard someone saying about, who was it? I can't remember now. Someone saying that they should do, for horror films, they should only do 13th and 31st anniversaries.
That makes sense. They should. That's the big thing. Dark Crystal. We haven't really spoken much about that.
Oh my god, it looks excellent. Just seeing, I mean, James saw me watch the trailer, so I don't know if you could see, but every time they brought back like, another location.
Oh,
no, but
me.
you, yeah. So I don't know if you saw like every time they brought back.
It was just every like 5 seconds. Was,
it was pretty much that. I got so excited with everything I saw, like everything, and just seeing. I mean, I don't want to spoil the Dark Crystal for you. But obviously seeing the crystal back, seeing like the skill seas, the Gelfling, the multiple Gelfling. Obviously Taron Egerton's going to be in this.
Yeah, this has got a great cast. Mark Hamill's, I think, part of it.
Is he really?
Yeah. Go and look at the rest of the cast. I think it's all great.
Okay, so we've got Taron Egerton as Rian, Anya Taylor-Joy as Bria, Natalie Emmanuel as Deet, Donna Kimball as Agora. And then you've got Helena Bonham Carter, Natalie Dormer, Mark Hamill, as you said,
great.
Jason Isaacs, Eddie Izzard.
What cast?
Keegan-Michael Key,
wow.
Simon Pegg, Andy Samberg, Mark Strong, Alicia Vikander. It's going to be amazing.
That is a stacked cast.
And it's going to be 10 episodes, I think.
10 episodes, all about Netflix. An
hour. I couldn't be more excited. I might have to watch it more with my
mum. So is that a yes?
Oh, yes.
Biggest yes. Steve said it's going to be better than Van Helsing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't normally say that about TV shows. That's weird. So that's kind of all the trailers. Yeah, like I said, we kind of missed out a couple trailer 2s, but that's not they're not important. We've already probably spoke about the first one. So let's go into the headlines for this week or 2 weeks. We're going to kind of gloss over there were every Star Wars film they do a Vanity Fair cover, and you get some. Is it Anne Leibovitz or something like that? She's been doing them every time since the prequels.
Right. Yeah.
And the Rise of Skywalker is no different. We've got some first looks at some characters or some different shots. We kind of get we've got another sand planet. It's not the same. It's not Jakku. It's not Tatooine. Great. And apparently Matt Smith's not in the film. He's denying that he's in the film and he's been removed from the cast. But whether you believe that, because it's J.J. Abrams.
Khan's not in it.
Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't too much to talk about there, but it's just Star Wars is coming back. But kind of the bigger story of this week, and I know you won't care about it because we kind of spoke about it before. But it's been a bit more confirmed now. I think I don't remember the name of the writer, but it was broke by BuzzFeed of all places.
Yeah, that's the big red flag for me.
Yeah, but multiple everywhere's picked it up, and it.
Yeah, but aren't they reporting on BuzzFeed's report? I don't think they've confirmed sources.
But I imagine it's gonna be there are pieces that align with this because obviously Kathleen Kennedy spoke about they're doing something with Knights of the Old Republic before. In an interview, so it looks like we're gonna get Knights of the Old. The writer who was brought on board last year, she wrote Avatar, but she also wrote Shutter Island as well, which gets me a little bit more excited.
I mean, not the book, but
no, but she adapted that, and obviously Game of Thrones is finished now. Whether you loved it or hated the ending,
it's finished.
But so Benioff and Weiss are gonna move on to do this next, and. It's coming in a couple of years. It looks like it's going to be Knights of the Old Republic now, which is very exciting for me. But you don't sound quite as excited.
No, I'm not. I'm not interested in that.
Even if it's the Knights of the Old Republic.
I mean, I think something about. I think the problem with video game adaptations a lot of the time is that video games are to put yourself in the shoes of the characters.
Yeah. And
then seeing someone else's version of that character, I just don't like the idea of so much. Especially a game like Knights of the Old Republic, where it's a role-playing game where you very much are in those shoes.
I've always
who else is going to be Revan? I'm Revan.
Yeah. Oh, spoiler that.
No, but you're Revan.
Yeah, no. I've always had that same problem when people talk about a Mass Effect film. I it just wouldn't work. There's too much story there. If it'll make a better TV show, because then you can have those smaller sort of side stories and give more time to the missions instead of cramming this 40-hour game into an hour and a half. 2 hours.
I mean, I think you can do that still. I mean, I look at an epic like Lord of the Rings, and they fit a lot of story into that, and that's service.
Yeah,
and they still cut a lot from the books.
That's doing it as a trilogy. So do you think they'd split the game? Say they are doing Knights of the Old Republic, would they feel?
I think the plan is a trilogy, though, isn't it? So
the plan is, well, originally they said Benioff and Wise were doing a series of films. So that's obviously not limiting themselves just to 3 films, and it could be more than that. It could be, well, I imagine it'll be more than 2. But it could be 6 films. It could be another 9 films. So whether that means they're just going to do the first Knights of the Old Republic for a trilogy, or whether they do that as try and cram that into one film, I don't know. But I'm all in for it. That's what I want to see. As much as I'd probably put that as the thing I want to see most in the Star Wars universe is Old Republic.
I do want to see more non-saga stuff. Just
100%,
general stories
100%.
from Star Wars. Yeah, I'm more interested in that,
And
to be honest.
that's
Especially
why
in the state of the films that have come out since the Disney takeover.
I was thinking about it the other day because they obviously have like shelved the spin-off films, the Star Wars stories, after Solo kind of flopped. But then Rogue One banged.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's thinking about it. I don't know what people seem to look at. Oh, Solo flopped, but then Rogue One did well. I wonder what
the Solo were more in production than.
But exactly. So to kind of shelve them like permanently, which it seems to be at the moment.
They're so reactionary.
Which I don't know. Yeah, and if well, obviously when it comes to Disney Plus, when you got the Cassian and the Mandalorian shows and whatever.
I'll tell you what, the Make Solo 2 campaign.
Oh yeah,
was quite successful. A lot of people saw that.
Yeah, I think
Star Wars Newsnet started that.
Yeah, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I saw it got to
podcast.
Jonas Suetama, well, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for listening. Yeah, he got word of it, and I think Jake Kasdan got
Newbecker.
Yeah. Oh, did you just come up with
I
that?
did.
Yeah, I'd watch another one.
I would. I enjoy it. I have fun with it
because they just leave so much open at the end. Like they obviously thought they were going to get a sequel.
Yeah, they set up some Darth Maul stuff.
The Kira Emilia Clarke stuff.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I'm all for that, and I wonder if they don't do that, are they just going to leave that open-ended, or are they going to tie that into, like, Cassian? That could work. That'd fit time-wise.
Maybe.
But, well, I'll skip over the next bit, because this one kind of links quite nicely with Harrison Ford. They were opening, Galaxy's Edge this week.
That's right.
It's fantastic. But don't go there for like 4 years if you don't want to be squished around with loads of strangers. Yeah, exactly. Harrison Ford came out and said, because he's doing press at the moment for Secret Life of Pets 2. And there's obviously Indiana Jones 5 in the works at the moment. And they asked him like who he want to play Indiana Jones next, and he said no one. I'm the only person that's ever going to play Indiana Jones.
I don't really like that. I mean, James Bond has been massively successful for many
That's the
years.
thing. I
think you could definitely do that with an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I think he is the character that would work most like a James Bond. And I've said the same. I remember when we spoke about Tomb Raider before. I think Tomb Raider could work in the same sort of way as a female alternative, instead of making James Bond female or Indiana Jones female. Just make Tomb Raider do that James Bondy sort of thing with that, and I think that would work. But as much as Harrison Ford, I don't know, it's a weird one now as an actor. If Disney decide to cast the younger Indiana Jones, to then be told that Harrison Ford didn't want anyone else to do it. But do you reckon he wanted anyone else to play Han Solo, and then Alden Ehrenreich did?
I don't know. I don't know how keen Sean Connery was and other people playing Bond either.
That's true. And yeah, I think you just got to accept it. I think everyone's kind of spoke about Chris Pratt taking over, yeah, we already spoke about him today and how we don't want him doing the same thing over and over again. Because that's Star-Lord. He's just a space Indiana Jones.
He's done it.
I don't even think that he would nowadays.
He's too old as well. Like, get someone younger.
He is a bit, yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we're just going to end up with the Kingdom of Crystal Skull again, where he's just too old. And that's the problem with the film. So we'll go on to the next, Christopher Nolan's next film, which I think I've decided is my number 2 anticipated film for next year.
Okay.
Behind Dune.
Okay. Who's in that?
Everyone is in it. And we now know that the Christopher Nolan's next film will come out, I think June, July next year, which is crazy. It's got our new Batman, Robert Pattinson, in, and
I'm surprised that wasn't one of your headlines this week.
But we kind of spoke about it before, and
because it was reported a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and no one believed it because there was someone else's source basically said that no, Nicholas Holt's still in the running.
And there's been rumours now that...
And credit where credit's due, because we're not Deadline Hollywood, who don't credit their people that break the stories.
Yeah.
Justin Kroll from Variety broke the story weeks ago. It's just been sitting there like going, okay, if you think Nicholas Holt's in the running, okay. I think Umberto Gonzalez from The Wrap even reported the day before that they're doing a screen test and outfit fitting, and then a day later it was like, no, it's cast.
Yeah,
so
he said they're doing a screen test, like to see whether they'd probably like to see them in the bat suit, see what they look like.
I mean, it's not. I mean, these people they don't make it up. They hear things and they hear things. I mean, sometimes just the pipeline and the way news travels is just slower than some places, and some people have better relationships with the right people, and the right people might not know it. So it's a very complicated world, like the Scoop game.
And then there was talk about whether Nicholas Hoult is actually being eyed to play someone else in this film instead.
I don't imagine so. I imagine he probably would have been on a shortlist.
I imagine he does. He fits that
the same
sort of
criteria,
thing. But then people like saying, "Oh, he'd make a decent Riddler, perhaps."
I don't.
Because I never like when it came out that it was between him and Robert Pattinson. I wondered. He just doesn't look like a Bruce Wayne to me, whereas I see it more in Robert Pattinson.
I could see it in both, but I definitely love the Robert Pattinson casting. I think that's fantastic.
It seems to be because there seem to be. It's always the you get this minority. It was definitely a minority with this. There's always backlash with Batman casting. You think of Michael Keaton, you think of Ben Affleck, and all the outcry there, and they were both fantastic in the role. And you think of Heath Ledger as well.
I think what should be brought up as well is that Robert Pattinson obviously was in Twilight.
Yeah, which is everyone's like go-to thing. Oh, I don't want him in it.
But the thing is, after that, he could have been in any franchise. He could have got any work that he wanted, but he instead chose to do these small, interesting films.
And you can't even blame Twilight on him. I don't think.
No. But the point I'm making here is that he could have had anything, but he wanted to do these small films instead. And now he's deciding to take over a franchise and do something. That makes me think that Matt Reeves has got something really interesting on his hands, and he's got some really interesting project that he wants to work on here. There's always the fear that he wants to do too much of a Nolan thing, and I think you can.
I have faith in it to do a different sort of thing. I see it going towards I see it going towards an Arkham-y sort of.
I keep hearing that he wants to do
detective-y.
a very detective, which is I think where he should be.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm very excited for the casting. I sort of said it as a joke that they should now make Kristen Stewart Catwoman.
And it looks like Catwoman.
I am all about that now. And
I wouldn't mind it.
I'm all watch Personal Shopper, and everyone just get behind that idea. # Kristen Stewart for Catwoman.
I think Vanessa Hudgens came out during the week. It was obviously thingy in High School Musical.
Oh yeah.
And she wants to be Catwoman.
No, I'm sorry, Kristen Stewart. I've cast it.
But there was the rumors now that the Penguin is also going to be it. So it looks like we're going to get a Batman Returns.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Is that a pun?
It is now.
But yeah, let's go back to Tenet. There's also lots. They've cast Aaron Taylor Johnson and Kenneth Branagh before I get off topic again.
John David Williams,
John David Washington, and Robert Pattinson and Elizabeth Debicki. There's all these rumors now because it was kind of like pissed as espionage sort of global film, and now there's these rumors. I think they said it's like Inception, and now people are like, whoa, maybe it's an Inception sequel.
No, it won't be an Inception sequel.
Or what if it is?
It won't be.
No, it definitely won't be. As much as I love Inception, I just want that to stay.
I think the best action set piece in Inception is at the end the ski stuff, and that is all an homage to Nolan's favorite Bond film, which is On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Which is the wrong answer.
I can see him finally making a proper, espionage spy film.
I'd love that.
Do you know if we was going to get a sequel to something that's not getting a sequel, it'd be The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It would be The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I loved that film.
It'd definitely be up there. I haven't had time to think about it. As I now look at all my Blu-rays to decide if there's anything I'd want a sequel to more. This might take a while. I'm only at D.
I just think that film was so good. Like Guy Ritchie, he's got such a style, but he used it to the right degree in that he wasn't forcing it in where it didn't sort of belong. And I think Henry Cavill was just like amazing in it. He had so much chemistry, and him along with Armie Hammer was a great duo. It's quite clear that I'm vamping for James.
I'm only at J. I haven't found anything I'd want a sequel to more than yet. Keep going. But I'm near the end.
And it's just obviously it's based on an existing property. Again, based on a TV show. Was talking about how you do that, and I think you just take like kind of the core concept of what the TV show was. Same Mission Impossible did that. They just took the core concept of what it was, and they made their own formula to follow. So I think The Man from U.N.C.L.E. did that very, very well. And Henry Cavill, he could be Bond.
Right,
I think Richard Madden's probably my dream casting for Bond right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So I've got to the end, and my conclusion was that no, Man from U.N.C.L.E. is the one that I want out of all my Blu-rays.
Make it happen, Hollywood.
So the other kind of news is that Sony obviously got their own sort of Spider-Man universe, and it seems like they want to fold it in whether. And get Venom into Spider-Man 3.
What year is it?
Well, not. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what's happened before.
Same thing that happened last time.
Exactly the same thing that happened.
Sam Raimi wanted to make a Sandman villain for Spider-Man 3, and Sony mandated that they put Venom in it,
which is ludicrous.
It's the exact
Just let him
same
do
thing
what he
that's
wants.
happened before. And look what happened.
But I feel like Kevin Feige is more like, no, if he doesn't want him in there, then he's not going to have him in there.
It's tough though, because the negotiating chips are in a weird place, because it is Sony. There's Sony films,
but it's the creative rights are with Marvel, isn't it? Or is it?
I think no, that they're allowing it, so Sony can just say no, don't do that with our character. So they're essentially allowing Marvel to do what they want to do until their stories. But if Sony is saying we want Venom in it, and they say no, they could be like, well, no Spider-Man then.
There was also
and I think now, given what we've sort of seen of the latest, like the Phase 3.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's a big part of their plans.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think actually, if for the sake of fine, we'll put Venom in this film because Sony want us to, so we can keep him sweet, so we can keep Spider-Man in our plans going forwards.
Yeah.
I think the bargaining chips are heavily more in the favour of perhaps
they're
Sony
not saying,
at this point.
They're not saying that they want Tom Holland in Venom 2, which is obviously a big rumour that he was going to be in the first Venom film, and that he was even spotted on set apparently. And I don't know, it's interesting. It makes sense, I guess, if you're Sony to do it this way, because you'd rather have Venom be in the huge cinematic universe that is Marvel, and there's nothing to say that in the first Venom that he's not in the MCU, but there's nothing to say that he is. I just don't want it to be the same sort of problem we had with the TV shows where it's one-way canon.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to be.
It seems like it's going to be that sort of thing. But then it also makes sense if you're Marvel.
I'd be fine with the S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show being canon. It feels good.
We've managed to get back to it. I think if the problem with if you're going to have Venom in it kind of has to be Tom Hardy at the moment, because I don't think you could have two different Venoms unless you bring back
Andrew Garfield.
Not Andrew Garfield. Topher Grace.
Oh. I thought you were talking about going Spider-Man to Venom, but no, yeah, if you go that way.
Yeah, I think that's or unless you bring back Andrew Garfield, I'm suddenly all in. Oh, imagine. Well, then we could do Spider-Verse. Oh, I'm all for it. Oh, I'm now really excited. Yeah, do what you want. There was also a rumour that they're going to put Deadpool as the way to segue into to get these Fox characters in. Deadpool into Spider-Man 3 as well, which to me makes a little bit more sense, because I just want Deadpool and Spider-Man to be together.
Just let them have their own universe. I don't know, like Disney can own Fox and still make separate universe.
But they're gonna put them all in the same universe, aren't they? We're gonna get Avengers versus X-Men eventually.
I don't know.
We will. So let's go on to box office for last weekend.
Big money.
Big money.
Big money for Disney.
Yeah, I wonder how. They haven't even put Toy Story out or Lion King out yet.
Or Star Wars.
Or Star Wars, which is insane.
Wait, is Frozen 2 this year?
Frozen 2 is this year. Do you reckon they did it on purpose? They would all put like these massive films.
Maybe.
Just in one. Let's just see how much we can make in a year if we put them all in. The first female-led superhero film to Captain Marvel. Put that there.
Billion.
Avengers.
Billions.
And then obviously Aladdin. Well, they had Dumbo as well, but like,
oh yeah, they did.
Maybe they expected that to do billions. No. So let's look at last week's box office.
The last time Tim Burton made a live-action Disney film, it was the first Alice in Wonderland, and it made billion.
It did. You're right. Maybe they were expecting the same thing.
Yeah.
So last week's box office, as we weren't here, we didn't get to do our predictions for it, but I can tell you now, I would have done exactly this.
Yep. My number as well was 91,599.
Yeah. Wow. Same.
Oh.
And I
predicted. Steve's was wrong.
I predicted the exact same percentage of drop-offs as well. So last week, Brightburn came in at 5 with 7.8 million. Pokemon Detective Pikachu in 4th place with 13.4 million. Avengers Endgame still holding in at 3 and 3rd place even with 17.2 million. It's getting there. It's less than 100 million away from Avatar now.
It's not going to do it.
I don't think it's going to do it. I think it's going to fall just short. Although maybe I've got a limit. I don't know how it works.
Too much coming out. There's too much coming out.
Yeah. But I think it will pick up slightly before Spider-Man. I think people will go and watch it again. But not enough. No. John Wick Chapter 3 being knocked off is at 2nd place. It's
watched John Wick last night. First time. Not for the first time. I've seen it many times, but I just love it.
It's great.
So much.
It got 24.5 million at the box office, and then coming in number 1, no surprise really, Aladdin. Coming in, what was the surprise? I don't know if it was a surprise, but it made 91.5 million, which is pretty big.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's huge. So fair play to it. And the new releases for this weekend, we've got Godzilla King of Monsters, which I've seen already. It's pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say. Ma, which is the
I've heard really good things actually about Ma.
I've heard mixed things about it.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'll try and check it out this weekend if I can. And Rocket Man as well.
So good.
We've already had it here for a couple weeks now? Yeah.
A phenomenal film.
It was great. I think
phenomenal film.
It's so much more of a musical.
It's a proper musical. Yeah.
Which works in its favour. So, should we hear Steve's box office prediction?
Yep. He sent it over to us in advance.
He sent it over to us. Steve, don't worry if you're listening, which he probably isn't.
He's editing.
You'd like to think so. He's put Benji at 5.
Yep.
It's
the
classic Benji at 5. I'm gonna look around my room just casually right now. He's putting Valerian, the City of 1,000 Planets, at 4. He thinks it's gonna make $2 though.
Oh, okay. 4. So what's Benji making?
1.
Just 1.
$1. One person's gonna see it. It's
for $1.
For $1. He's put John Wick 3 at 3 because he likes the numbers.
He loves the John Wick films.
He loves the John Wick.
That's
films
one thing.
Well.
But he only likes the sequels.
He loves sequels, and he's gonna put Space Jam at 2. Because it's getting re-released apparently, according to him. Surprise re-release this weekend. He didn't know that. And number 1, he is gonna put Justice League because he thinks he's gonna overtake Avatar.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. What? How much money? He's on the phone. That's why.
Oh yeah, I thought you sent us in advance.
He just phoned me up because he didn't tell me the number. He said it's gonna make 300 million opening weekend. Opening weekend, but it's re-release. Do you want to do your list?
Yep. Number 5.
Thanks, Steve.
Number 5. I've got John Wick 3. Parabellum.
Interesting. We've already got a different list.
Really?
Yeah.
13 million. Number 4, we've got Ma at 19 million. Number 3, Rocket Man, about 30 million, I think. Aladdin, probably going to drop to about 40 million. And then I think number 1's going to be Godzilla, King of Monsters at 55 million.
Oh,
it's going to be a little bit lower because I think Rocket Man and Aladdin are making quite a lot of money. So it's
interesting. I think
share the.
We've got the same top 3.
Okay.
So I've gone for John Wick and Ma the other way around. So I've got Ma at 5 and then John Wick at 3. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I've got about 5 million,
because
6 million between
it's
them.
interesting that I've not heard as good things about Ma, so that's why I put it underneath John Wick. I think it's going to be very close.
Has it got a Rotten Tomatoes score yet?
I think it's about 60.
Okay.
So I've got Ma at 5. I've got John Wick at 3. No, John Wick 3 at 4.
61. It's higher than Godzilla.
That's true. But Godzilla's going to be number 1.
Godzilla's at 40%.
Is it? Oh, yeah. Critics hate it. What's the audience score?
88.
But have they changed the? Because Rotten Tomatoes have changed the things that you have to prove. For the audience score, you have to prove now that you got your ticket. Yeah. Which is stupid.
Is it?
I think so.
Like
in a way,
the Captain
it is,
Marvel thing where people
like,
were giving it bad reviews.
No,
100%.
Like
seen it.
That part of it, like I agree with, but it's like to prove that you've seen it, you've got to have bought because obviously it's owned by Fandango.
Oh right.
So I don't know how it works. But it's stupid.
Rocket Man, 90%.
I've put Rocket Man at 3. I've put Aladdin at 2, and I've put Godzilla at 1. I've got Godzilla making 70.
70.
I think it's gonna be big.
I think there's 2 other big films releasing. I don't think it will do it because
I don't know. I don't know. I saw Steve's list and thought, I'm gonna beat him anyway.
Well, you're gonna be Steve. Yeah. That's true.
Justice League at number 1. So that's it for in case you missed it this week. So let us know your box office predictions. If you think Steve's going to be right, you can tweet at him at Stevie Pooper, which is what he is. And be sure to like us on iTunes and Spotify. I've just deleted my box office thing. Oops. So yeah, like us on iTunes and Spotify and on YouTube, and go and look at all the other ones and subscribe on if you're not
watching Focus, watching 10.
Watching Focus, we had a Robert Downey Jr. in Focus out a couple of weeks ago. We had my X-Men films was in 10 for this week. Controversial to say the least. And then during the week we've got our in development, our next episode of that, which is our Marvel Phase 4. Maybe. So that's what it will be, and we have a special guest on that. So if it does get released,
we do have a special guest,
which is our friend Captain Dave, returning to Phase 4. It's a long one, where we all pitch our Phase 4, what films we think, and some casting there.
Is that an announcement? Is that the first time we said what it's going to be?
Probably.
There you go. Announced. We've thrown some casual announcements out today.
Yeah, why not?
We're going to review anniversaries of films now.
Yeah.
Old films.
Sure, why not? So yeah, go and subscribe to YouTube and check us out on all the other platforms, iTunes and Spotify if you haven't already, and like us on Instagram and Facebook and whatever. Where can they find you at Twitter?
At Mr. TT Green.
And you can find me at James Floodgate. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's my name.
At Floodgate28. That's my name.
That's my Instagram's that. Oh, I have them as different things.
Crazy.
Yeah,
at Mr. TT Green on both.
Yeah, but that's it. See you next week.
Bye.